All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this workshop. We have the amazing Kat with us today. Kat is the expert of branding, of really like the making the back end and the marketing machine, the systems of your business beautiful and highly, highly efficient, effective. She runs a fashion studio for businesses, as in she helps them with their branding, but from the most like highest vibe, delicious, like savage place. And this I'm like beyond excited. I almost don't even have words for how excited I am for this workshop because as you all know, my passion is helping virtual assistants not just book clients, but build real, true, scalable businesses and giving them the strategies where they know exactly how to, have consistent leads coming in, how to convert those leads, and really stepping out of that feast or famine cycle where you're constantly digging through job boards, wondering who out of like 20 people you could message that day. And so, what Kat's talking about today is how to build a system and an engine for your business where you can reliably and predictably book clients, but also really be seen as that authority and that expert and have your own audience to nurture and serve. So, Kat, I'm gonna turn it right over you to take over. And oh, like I just can't even wait. It's gonna be so good.
Hi, awesome. Hi, guys. Oh my goodness. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. I am going to share my screen here. And all right, I'm gonna do this a little different because I want you guys to just see here. Do you see my Canvas screen? Awesome. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Okay, so first off, pop in the chat where y'all are coming in from. How long have you been a VA? I recognize a lot of faces, but obviously there's new badass women coming in every single day because that's what this program does, right? So pop, and then actually, let me just see. I want to see the chat now that I said that. Where's chat? Right there. Oh, yay. Oh, Dallas, Texas. Yes. Yes, yes. I love it. Minnesota, of course. I'm coming in from Delaware, so over here on the East Coast, guys. Um, but I want to welcome you to your business building era because we're going to take today your skills and your mindset from being a VA, which is incredible, right? But turn it into an actual business owner. And Bree gives us the steps and the tools and the strategies and the incredible coaching to kick butt every day that we're doing this, right? So I want to help you guys take that and put it into the back end of your system so that the days that we don't necessarily have a Bree in our ear, which we should always, right? That we know we have the tools and the mindset and the capabilities to do this on our own, right? So let's turn your inbox into your most client booking system. Okay. Why would you listen to me? Well, because I've been doing this a really long time. I spent 10 years in the network marketing industry. The last couple I spent with Bree, that's how we met. But I've done it all. I've done, the sales and marketing, the branding, the email marketing, the creating funnels and websites and all the things. I even spent time in retail many, many years before that. We all have those first jobs. But long story short, I took all of that knowledge and background and experience and started over again, right? How many of us have started over again being a VA? Drop it in the chat. Yes, I started over. That was me. I kind of took everything and went, oh my gosh, I love certain aspects of this, but I can't stand certain aspects of it. So I'm going to do what I want in life and take those aspects with me and serve others. There we go. Income's Vala. Well, I knew that if I wanted to grow, and I mean really, really, really grow, that I needed to put my business builder hat back on. Not just be there an assistant, not just, help with the day-to-day tasks, but to really say, hey, how can I prove to my clients and to my future clients and to myself that I'm here, I'm hireable, I know what I'm doing, and let's go. So in between, I created a few different programs. I built the High Frequency Studio, which, like Bree said, is a fashion studio for business branding, taking my loves of everything and kind of melding it together. And I had created the brand frequency experience, which I have a couple girls from Vala in right now, our founding cohort, and it is so much fun. And we'll be doing a second cohort in November, I believe, and then a third come January. So it's definitely something we want to keep moving and grooving for everybody. But today I am here to help you step out from doing just the tasks of a VA to build a brand that has authority and a brand that has an audience. Because let's face it, we know you need that and we know you can do that, right? So let's be real for a second. Most VAs stay stuck year after year in the same cycle. And it's not because they're not good at what they do. It's not. You guys kick butt, right? We already established that. It's because of these missing pieces. You don't have a brand. You blend in, you're seen as the helper or the task doer or the assistant, whatever you want to call it, instead of a business partner or a business owner. You don't have an audience. You're stuck waiting on referrals or the job board. You know, as incredible as the job board is in Vala, and I'm so thankful it's there, what if you had leads coming in instead of waiting to see what's posted every single day? Let's be proactive instead of reactive, right? And you don't have a pipeline. So without a pipeline, which is really a way to consistently turn strangers into leads, into clients, you're going to always feel that whole hustle culture, that hamster wheel, right? And I think a lot of us got out of what we were doing before to get out of that hustle culture. Nobody wants that. But there's good news. The online business is booming. Online business world, rather, is booming. Absolutely booming. And that means the need for VAs is absolutely exploding. But here's the thing. The demand for VAs are exploding, but it's the smartest ones in the room that scale. And I know that's you guys, right? I know that's everybody in this community. So let's take it by the horns and really come from a place of authority when you're building your brand and a list. Because every single day, more coaches, more service providers, more small business owners are taking their work online. It's just easier. Absolutely after COVID, but now we've realized that it's a way of life. It's better for, the bottom line. It's better for families. It's better for everything. And this way, there's going to be more of us there to help. So the demand is a lot higher. How do we get that authority? It's from two things. A brand that stands out and absolutely communicates the value to your clients and to your network. And the second thing is a list that is all your own, that is a direct pipeline, not a list that is your client's list, not a list that you're secretly scratching down emails, from sending something to your client, which please don't do that. Not a list from all the people that you cold messaged, in the network marketing years. This is a list of people that are actually raising their hand and saying, hey, I want to learn from this person. I want to buy from this person. I want her to guide me. I want her to take over my whole backend system and completely, have it run more efficiently, right? So do me a favor, drop in the chat. Are you someone who would rather be a task taker or a badass business builder? I think I know the answer, but we're going to go with the chat anyway. Yes. Badass business builder. I like it. I like it. I know the BBB, right? Okay, I'm taking this off because that's fine. Okay, cool. So let's do a little what ifs. What if you could book clients on repeat while you're building the authority? I mean, I think that would be pretty cool, right? Imagine you didn't have to wait on referrals anymore. What if you could book them every day, rain or shine, instead of hustling on Facebook groups? Oh yeah, we are all on the same page. All the BBBs, right? What if every time you sent an email, it wasn't just an update to your client of the week's tasks that you did? What if it was an authority builder that really positioned you as the VA that they need to hire for their next project, or that they need to send to their friend or their family member who's starting their own business and know that they need your services? When you put tools like building your brand, nurturing your audience, creating that pipeline all into place, it it does more than just run your business. It literally sets you apart from every other VA out there that is not doing the same thing. All right, so let's look at 3 pillars of client booking emails because it's really not as hard as you think, guys. That's what today is about. So, emails are not extra work. Let's get that through everybody's heads. I know I was worried for a very long time that, oh my God, I don't have the brain capacity or the time or the energy or the money to learn another system. Guys, this is something that's going to give you an ROI immediately. Immediately. It is the machine. Absolutely, Brie. Let's dance. It's the machine behind the system, guys. I mean, how do you think, total sidetrack here, but how did you get into Brie's world? Was it, a lead magnet? Was it a freebie? Was it hearing her speak on somebody else's platform? Was it, meeting her years ago in the, network marketing industry? I would venture to bet that it was either from an ad on Facebook that then got you some sort of lead magnet, some sort of freebie that then put you on her email list. And whether it was a few weeks or a few months or hell, a few years, guys, that you're in her world now because of that email list, because of that system that she created. And that's a system that we want to bring to you guys because every single one of you here are just as capable of building a badass business empire, just like Brie. So, okay, tangent. Let's see here. So, our 3 pillars. You need to grow an audience that is yours, right? Absolutely. You need to craft emails that build authority and connection. And you need to turn those emails into paying clients. This all is going to take your inbox and turn it directly into an income stream. So let's look at each one and break them down. So here's the first pillar, building your list. Algorithms change every single day, guys. Your list does not. Referrals dry up. Your list keeps growing. Clients come and go, but your list is a constant pipeline. Constant. Even if your list starts with 10 people, that's 10 people raising their hands saying, I want to hear from you. I want that lead magnet. I want this girl's energy in my living room every morning. I want to know what you know. It's huge. Think about it like this. I like to compare Instagram to a small little cocktail party in your living room, right? So let's say Instagram is a big party. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of video going on. There's a lot of people that you may or may not know. I mean, let's face it, it's a party. But then you have a small cocktail party in your living room. You know every single person who came in. You know their first name, their last name. You know one likes red wine, one likes cocktails, one's a whiskey drinker, one keep the beer away from them. So they are the people that you're having these connected conversations with that are then going to turn around and turn into leads and turn into clients, where you can throw all sorts of fun at Instagram, but at the end of the day, it's one of the people that are in your living room that are going to turn around and buy your offer or book your service or show up on a webinar, whatever it may be. All right. So once you have that list, then what? Then you're going to build some authority. This part's fun. All right. So emails are a mix of authority, a mix of mostly 3 things. A story, which is a shareable moment that makes you relatable. We can all do this, right? We've been taught this for years. We may just be that person that loves to tell a story. Either way, throw it in an email. Value. We're going to teach something small, but something useful. So whether it's a tiny part of a program that you're promoting or one specific service of a vast portfolio, you're going to teach them something small so that they know they can trust you, they can learn from you, that they want to be in your world to then learn about the rest. And then there's an invitation. This way, it gives them a way to go deeper. Because when you send emails like this consistently, you start being seen as the VA that they trust, right? So once you have that list, it's how you show up with your authority, your brand authority, your email authority. And these emails don't need to be perfect, right? But they do need to connect. And that's where you get connection over perfection. So I actually once worked with a VA who sent a story about juggling her kid's soccer game, right, while managing a launch for a client. And well, you wouldn't think that somebody would send out an email like this to their network because I'm like, well, I don't really care about your kid's soccer game. That's great. Did they win? Congratulations. Oh, well, if not. Well, she tied it back to her ability to stay calm under pressure while doing a launch and managing a soccer game and whatever else was going on. Because, you know, as moms, we don't just do two things. We have to do all of them because that's just our job, right? So the copy wasn't perfect, but the story was authentic. The brand, the building of the authority, all of it was her. It was written in her tone of voice with her mannerisms. And it actually got her a couple of new clients. You wouldn't think that something like that would do that, but it's pretty amazing. Because again, you're working on authority, not necessarily perfection. So how do we turn these emails into clients? Well, we're going to turn your inbox into your income stream. Let's talk about money, because this isn't about writing cute little newspapers or, you know, soccer stories like our mom, right? But that cute little story turned into an authority builder. The point of your inbox is income. Absolutely income all day long. Yes, you can send stories anytime you want. I actually just sent a story about the first week of school last week, right? I had nothing in there about selling programs, selling an offer, pitching myself as a client. It was just a, hey, life is insane. Life is hectic. Tell me about your first week of school. Because if it's anything like mine, I need a bottle of wine, right? Sometimes you need to throw a story in like that. But for the most part, your inbox is for your income stream. Every single part of your email becomes a part of their journey. You're making them aware of your services. You're connecting with clients, and you're giving them, you know, a list of spotlight offers, a list of services, and then you're giving them a call to action at the end. Because if you're not going to invite them to grab a package or book a discovery call, it's like a conversation that didn't end, so to speak. So that is how you go from your inbox to your income, and how your leads turn into your clients, which then fuel your pipeline. Just because you have a small list, guys, does not mean you can't have big results. So, okay, let's do more little imagining here. I want you to close your eyes. Okay, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. But otherwise, close your eyes, okay? I want you to imagine laying in the most comfortable, fluffy, uber soft covers in your bed. And you get out of bed, you have your cup of coffee, your tea, whatever it is you do first thing in the morning. You open your laptop, and instead of immediately going to your Facebook groups or to your Instagram Messenger or whatever it is you usually are tracking these cold messages from, your inbox starts dinging. Bing, 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 bing. All the emails that are coming to you. Those are all warm inquiries waiting in your inbox, because your list is now growing every single week. It's an audience that is actually yours. It's not borrowed from Instagram. It's not just referrals. Referrals are amazing. Don't get me wrong. Yes, do a little dance with your eyes closed like Brie. They're fantastic, but they won't fuel an entire business. You have to, the people that are doing the best on the planet still have leads coming in every single day. It does not matter what industry you're in. It does not matter what you're selling, what your service is, what your product is. You have to have leads coming in every single day, or your business will die. That's just Simple matter. But we're imagining now, we're not thinking of dying. Sorry. Um, so because you were sending these beautiful, simple, authentic emails every week, you're having your audience trust you. They remember you. They want to hire you. And this is how you're now waking up. You can open your eyes now. You're now waking up to an inbox full of warm leads every day. Drop a heck yeah in the chat if you would totally like this to be your reality. Yeah. Fantastic. Yes, it really is the best. It's any successful businesswoman I've ever worked with has always had some sort of an email list. There is always a way to make it grow and always a way to make it better, but you need a starting point. So that is what we're going to do here today. So I know some of you are thinking, like I said in the beginning, there is no way. I don't have time. I'm not techie. I don't have a list to start with. I couldn't even tell you what platform emails are supposed to be sent from, aside from the little thing at the bottom of my iPhone. I mean, you could do it that way, but there's a lot more simplistic way to do it. But those things are exactly why you do need to start now, guys. And let's tackle them. So you don't have a list. Fantastic. What I'm going to show you next is built for beginners. So you will learn how to start from zero and build your list the right way. 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, 0 to 10,000. The sky is the limit, literally. You're not techie? Not a problem. I'm not either. I swear, I am not a tech person, and you don't need to be, because I'm going to show you the tools that are literally as simple as dragging and dropping, copying and pasting templates, and then putting in your own story, putting in your own, GIFs or images, or changing a font or a color. Make it yourself. And you don't have time? None of us have time. None of us on here, I guarantee you, none of us have an extra hour in the day to kill. But you don't need an hour every single day. You need it once a week. And if you do a CEO hour or a once a month type planning system, you could do an hour a month. It's really how you set it up. Because if you set it up simply, like I'm going to show you, and you use it effectively and consistently, you can duplicate it over and over and over again. And it will, I guarantee you, save you time and help you stop chasing clients. And guys, these are not reasons to wait. These are reasons why you need to start now, whether you start with us or not. If you just go open up your own Flowdesk account and start sending emails, fantastic. That's great. I'm thrilled. We can get into lead magnets and follow-ups and templates and all the things down the road. But if you just take that first step, that's what matters. So tell me in the chat while I pull this next thing up here, what makes you the most nervous about starting an email list? And if you've already started one, what were you nervous about in the beginning? Was it because you didn't have a list, because you had no idea? Was it the time constraint? Was it the fact that you're not a tech person? Tell me. Yes, and the fear that no one will join. Absolutely. Oh my God, Carrie Ann, I love that you were so absolutely honest in saying that. I'm doing more in-person networking. That's also fantastic. Fantastic. But you do need to have something to shoot them, hey, it was fantastic meeting you yesterday. I would love to connect on X, Y, and Z platforms, so we can share whatever it is to share in the future, or just to, hey, it was great to connect, and kind of thing. I think the fear that nobody will want to join what you're doing is something that we all have, absolutely. And that's where a lead magnet comes in, and eventually a Facebook ad. But to start, just a lead magnet to your own network, to your own social community, because you never know who's going to want something that you have unless you actually put it out there. All right. Let's look here. So this is where most VAs stop. right? I mean, I completely understand with everything you guys said. Whether you're nervous someone may or may not want what you're selling or what you're offering or your services, or you may do more in person, or you may have a full pipeline. But again, you need to step into authority and realize that all of those things can get better. So instead of the VA who's waiting for referrals and posts on Instagram and social with no plan at all, no calls to action, and they keep telling themselves, I'll figure out email later. Not a big deal. This is where you come in. This is where you step up. And this is where you are hired on the spot versus interview after interview or email after email, maybe getting an interview because you're gonna show your authority. Because it's not about becoming a marketer. It's about running your VA business like a business. Because at the end of the day, you are a business owner, a badass business owner. We're gonna coin that term, by the way, the BBB. And you need to show up with your CEO authority. So I would like to tie this all together and invite you guys to the inbox authority. This is where VAs go from sending updates to booking clients. I create it because I know what it feels like to feel stuck behind the scenes. Never sending something of value, but simply just sending an update here or there. And it is a super, super beginner friendly way to build your list and actually sign clients. You don't need to know everything, guys. You just need to know the right steps. And that's where I give it to you in a blueprint. So with the system, you will build your first real email list. I don't care if this is 5 people or 50 people, but those people will be somebody who get on your email list who want to hear from you. I'm not talking about your mom, your sister, your best friend, your neighbor. No. I mean, one of them, your neighbor, may be a business owner who actually needs to hear from you. Fantastic. But she's not on it just to be on it. This is your business. We are going to send authority building emails to clients, and they're actually going to pay attention. They're going to find value in it. And we're going to turn your inbox into a client booking pipeline without the tech overwhelm. I promise I am more creative than I am anything else, and I could figure this out. So you're not just a VA who executes tasks. You are a VA CEO building authority. All right. What is everything you get inside the inbox authority? It is a complete starter system from inbox to income. So we will go over your list foundations, why every VA needs a step-by-step setup. We'll craft your message completely authentic to you. So the anatomy of client booking emails, plug and play templates, everything that goes in there. And then we'll figure out the super simple steps to monetize your inbox. So how to, sprinkle in your services, build a simple 3 email sequence for selling, and then also for nurturing. You want to make sure you nurture your email list. And altogether, this is not just a training, guys. It's everything you need to launch an email system in as little as a weekend, honestly. By the end of it, you'll have a platform, you'll have an opt-in. So lead magnet, opt-in, how you found Bree, how you found other people that you're in their emails, and your first 3 to 5 emails written for you, ready to go. Okay. So, because I love you guys and because we are all family here, the value of this curriculum alone and the templates and the bonuses I'm going to show you soon too are well over $2,000. Normally, I would do $197 for the inbox authority, which is already a steal because, like I said, it's already over $2K with everything jam-packed. And as you can tell, I tend to dump a whole lot more in versus what is on the curriculum because, like all of you guys, we just want to share what we know works and make sure that you can have it as well. So for the next 48 hours, I'm going to offer the inbox authority for just $97. So that's under $100, guys, through the weekend. So today is Friday. So till Sunday night, I don't even know if that's 48 hours or not. Well, I'll do the actual math. We're going to offer it for under $100. So think about it. If you book one client a from an email, right? From something we create, you book one $500 client. You just got your investment back 5 times over. I don't know about you, but that ROI is insane. So when you join today, you also get these free bonuses because I love to throw bonuses out. I'm going to make your launching even faster with bonuses. So I'm going to give you 5 ready to use email templates. So again, you're going to put in your voice, your authority, your frequency and energy into a welcome email, an authority builder, a story, a soft pitch, and then a direct offer. And then from these, you'll be able to take them and create other emails as well. But these will be your solid deck of ready to go. I'm also going to give you a quick start tech guide. Okay, we're going to make this stress-free, I promise. And because subject lines are so much fun, I will not only show you how to create subject lines that will actually have your emails be opened, but I'm going to give you 20 of them that are guaranteed to get clicks. So 48 hours, $97 only, and the bonuses. You guys choose. Do you want to keep waiting for referrals and hoping clients land in your lap, or praying that there's something good on the job board? Or do you want to lock in and start building your list and waking up to clients in your inbox right now? Okay. Are there any questions before I keep going? Anything about marketing, email, platform, nothing is off limits. And while you guys think, I'm going to put this link in the chat. So that is the checkout for there. Does anybody have any? Oh, your dog said yes. Yay! I mean, I have 2 literally sleeping on my feet. That's why I can't move too far. Because, if you move your chair, then they just scroll in there. Yeah, it really, really is savage. It's the only way to go. I heard a stat from, I want to say it was Jenna Kutcher, and this was last year. So I'm sure the stat has even gotten better. The ROI on social media is less than 4%, less than 4%, where the ROI on email is 400%. Like that just blows my mind. Yeah, isn't that insane? Like that alone is what made me like really dive into mine. I've had one for years, but I didn't treat it as I could have. And so once I started doing so, I definitely saw it skyrocket. All right. So just a reminder, your fast action bonus for the Inbox Authority, full curriculum, right? Functioning email platform, your first opt-in. We're going to go over step by step and see what makes sense for you to offer, whether it's clients about your services or a product, whatever it may be. And then 3 to 5 authority building emails. Plus, if you get in the 48 hours, you get those plug and play templates, which is nuts. And really the confidence to pitch services via email. How nice would it be to not have to cold message somebody again? I don't know about you, but I've been there, done that with network marketing. So this is your moment, guys. This is your moment to step out of the box and skyrocket into your next level. And that's my last slide. Woo! So if you jump in, let me know, jump in the chat so we can celebrate you. If not, like I said, it is 48 hours up. After that 48 hours, it does bump back up to 197, but it is still available. So you can still do it for 197, but you don't get the bonuses and you don't get to do it for under $100. So up to you. All right. Any other questions before I turn it back over to Bree? Yeah, seriously, no crazy questions, I promise. or even if it's branding in general, not necessarily email marketing, totally up to you. You guys still
Yeah.
have a few minutes, so it's
Okay,
your time.
let's talk about like Carrie Ann. I know you talked a little bit. We can dive in deeper. Carrie Ann said tech, fear that no one will join.
Yeah.
Chelsea, the fact that you just started. We could even mastermind some ideas for them
Yeah.
on like what they could offer to build that list. That would be fun. And then Rachel, do you have to have anything
Yeah.
before starting the emails? Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, great question. Yeah. So you don't have to have anything started. You could literally, all right, so let's see. So Rachel, what are some of your services or some of the things that you would be offering?
So the packages that I set up were like calendar management. I haven't looked at it in a minute. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Doing like personal assistant work.
Well, even like say take calendar management, for example. You could do something like a lead magnet along the lines of, you know, top 5 tips you want to make sure to do or not to do every month when you're setting up your calendar and put it in like a PDF form. And then that could be your lead magnet. So you could post that all over social, all over anywhere and say, you know, hey, grab my PDF full of these top tips on what to do every single month before you sit down and write your calendar. Um, I even am going to throw in my favorite, you know, the link to my favorite highlighters and colored pens just for fun, right? Like make it fun and make it you, whatever is your thing. Like you may not be a colored pen person. You may be like, oh no, I need my calendar on my phone. Okay, cool. The best ways to go about transferring your paper calendar onto your digital calendar, whatever it may be, something along those lines. And we could brainstorm that for sure. And then that's what you would put out there and anyone really, I mean, I would be like, hey, how do I manage my calendar better because I need help, you know? So that would bring people into your world. And then from there, you're already having uh, a network and an audience that are interested in what you have to say.
Awesome.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah.
Cool. And as far as tech too, like the question kind of goes to that too. You could have, I know a lot of people do like MailChimp or Flowdesk kind of thing if they don't have like a really big email list, which you can very easily move either one of those onto the larger platforms, or we can do any of what we would do in the Inbox Authority on those platforms too. I just suggest that you do something other than like your Gmail kind of thing, you know, because that way you can set up templates and make them beautiful and on brand and authoritative. And oh, sorry if you hear my dog snoring. So, any other questions, guys? Does anybody want to brainstorm like a lead magnet or kind of similar to what we did with Rachel? Did anybody have an email list already? How about that?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So I worked on in the political side for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out how I can utilize a lot of the people that I've met through that without like confidentiality, because some stuff I have I probably shouldn't have had.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out like what's a good boundary for that so that I don't get myself in trouble either.
That's a really good question. Bree, I don't know if you know the specifics on that either, but as far as like having contacts that may not be associated with what you're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
per se, you can always do another opt-in, so to speak. So like do, you know, a newsletter blast to your entire email list saying, hey, this is what I'm doing now. I'm so excited. I want to offer you guys, you know, my calendar tips, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
when they click that calendar tips link, they're automatically a tag is added to them on the back end of your system that, hey, they've now opted in a second time. And you know that out of 1,000 people, 200 of them are interested in what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
The other 800, maybe, maybe not. But that 200 is who you're going to sell to, who you're going to nurture, who you're going to, you know, make sure to let know about future clients and openings and all the things.
Yeah.
Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah. It's just trying
Okay.
to make sure, like, I don't want to get
Yeah.
myself in trouble contacting
Yeah.
someone.
The legal part, I
Yeah.
don't know. Bree, do you know?
Okay, wait. To recap, so you have an old list, but it's not like tailored to what you're doing now. Is that right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Have they opted into a list before for something else, or where did they come from?
So it was like, so for like our boards and commissions that I was in charge of, when they would send all of their information in, I just had a running list of everybody on every single board and commission.
Was it
Mm,
through
So,
another job?
mhm.
Okay, so they probably own that list. So I wouldn't use that as like a legal gray
yeah.
area.
Okay.
But what you can like it because you want to target those types of avatars. So I would create a lead magnet that's tailored to them. I think you could also, if you have a personal connection and you have their email address, or if you can find it online, you could email
Yeah.
them individually. But I
Good idea.
definitely wouldn't import a list from like another company. Um, yeah, but I think we could easily create like a really fun opt-in for your client
Hmm.
avatar. This could actually be something fun to workshop on this call too for all of you guys who are on is like what can your lead magnet be?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then like what I was gonna say, like what Kat said too is so on your email list, I use ConvertKit. I think Kat uses Flowdesk, so they might have slightly
And
different
Kajabi. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Is tags and segments. So that's how
Yeah.
you can
Hmm.
divide up like who you email on your list. So just as an example, for the agency workshop, right? So I had this opt-in. When people opt in on the landing page, I have the automation set up on the back end. So instantaneously, I don't have to do a thing. It adds them to my email list and it automatically gives them the agency workshop tag. So then when we go to send like the reminder emails, we click send and we just make sure we tell ConvertKit it only goes to people with that tag. The other
Yeah.
way for like a segment, for example, like I have a Vala segment in my email list. And this is, we've had like it used to be called Mom to VA. And so I have a couple different tags from as the program has evolved over the last couple of years. And so I basically just compiled a segment of all the different tags. So the segments are fun because you can group your audience into categories. So I also have in my
Hmm.
email list a segment that's like the agency side or like founders who are scaling. So those would be people who've hopped into non-VA things that I've offered.
Hmm.
So that's something too, just for you to think about, like if you have, like a campaign segment for like your
Yeah.
political avatar, but then you also
Hmm.
want to work with, I don't know, I'm just like making up something like, like local business owners who meet at
Yeah.
networking events. You could have like a segment for that too.
Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just trying to find that what I can and what I can't do. I don't want to upset anybody. And,
yeah.
just randomly remembering I had stuff, I was like, oh, I could use this. Oh, wait, I don't know if I can use this.
Yeah.
So that helps.
You know what I would do is think about like anyone that you had developed a personal connection or relationship with from that list that you like personally know. If
Yeah.
you can find their email address online, like I think you're safe to reach out to them personally from whatever email address you have. And I would just ask for like virtual coffee chat, just chit chat with them. Like you're such a networking queen anyways.
Yeah.
And I think like that if you have a personal connection, it's fairly safe. Like for example, if they book a time on Calendly, and you can set up an integration between Calendly and your email list and have like the
Hmm.
email confirmations. So like
Yeah.
that there is like a very safe way to add them to your email list.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
But
and that's one area I haven't even really tapped into yet is like all the people that like when I
yeah.
got let go that I contacted to let them know what was happening because
Mm.
we had such great relationships. That's I haven't
Right.
even tapped into them yet. So that's a really good point.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just chit chat. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you're already so savage at networking. So that'll be fun. That could be a fun project for next week.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Does anyone want to mastermind what your lead magnet could be? That could be fun.
I have just like a general question
Yeah.
since I just started recently, and I'm currently working for like a merchandise designer and wholesaler. So my current experience is more like in that with like Shopify and things like that, but I'm also doing like running my sister's business on the side, which is totally separate. So I'm kind of like all over the place. I don't really have like one specific area that I would like say I want to target as of right now because I'm still, going through it. But so how would I approach that?
A good question. I mean, I think it's still imperative to have a list and have some kind of lead magnet to start collecting. So it could even be a couple. Like if there's a route you want to go, if you love the Shopify aspect, for example, you could do a, hey, have you ever started, ever wanted to start a Shopify account or, page, but have no clue how to do it? Here's my top 5 tips on how to start. Or, the top 10 items to put up on Shopify, or the top 10 ones not to. Something that has to do with what it is you're either selling or pitching or producing to get attention. And then you can kind of go from there too. Like you may see a huge influx of people going, oh my God, this is so good. And then you might want to develop a couple more that are a little bit more juicy, or you develop a $33 PDF that's like, hey, get, A to Z, how to open a Shopify account
Mhm.
or page, whatever it is. Or you may say, you know what, people aren't really interested in this. I'm going to go a different direction. And then you create a different lead magnet. But there's lots of different ways to play and go about that route. It's a good question though. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we would dive into all that too in the inbox authority too, guys. Anybody else?
That's always the fun. You're like, okay.
You're welcome, Danielle.
Oh, so fun. Well, this was epic. I love this topic. I'm like, yes, this is one of the best ways to like have like a real true business. Like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh. And even think about like down the road. Say that you build your list now, down the road, maybe you pivot, maybe you go into coaching, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you launch products, like, but you own this list. So you will always have an audience that no matter what you evolve into, you're gonna have. It's yeah, I'm like, oh, so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yay. Amazing. Well, thank you, Kat, and thanks to all of
You're
you
welcome.
for hopping on.
Yeah, it was awesome to see you guys.
Yes, amazing. Okay, so we will put up the replay in Vala, and we'll also put it up in the Facebook group. We'll make sure that the Inbox Authority is linked so you guys can get your 24 or 48-hour fast action bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know I think all of you guys know where to find Kat, but we'll
Yeah,
make sure she's linked up too, and just definitely reach out to Kat if you have any questions.
absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. Mwah.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.